flip on the poker face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So Around Town Radio Show, that's where I go for the latest brand info. So Around Town Radio Show.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a nooner here at All Around Town Radio. We're bringing you Wednesday with the band today. Got a big event we want to talk about, and we're going to get right to it because we have a bunch to say and a bunch of people to talk to. So welcome to the All Around Town Radio studios in beautiful downtown Springboro, Ohio. We're going to chat about the Winter Blues Experience 7. It's coming your way this weekend on Saturday, and we're going to chat about that here in just a moment with all my special guests. Peter up there in the top box. How are you, Peter?
Hi, Scott. Thanks again for having us on.
Good to have you with us. Down below, Peter, there, Lexi Blue. She'll be performing at the event. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you. And my good friend Ed Sawicki, the photographer of the rock stars, I like to call him. Ed is in the house. How are you, man?
I am doing fantastic, Scott.
Well, let's get right to it. 7 years, Peter. This is number 7 for this event, and it's been a smash every year. And tell me how you got this idea.
The original idea came from the Cincinnati Blues Society's Winter Blues Festival that they held for approximately 19 years. And in 2018, they decided not to do it anymore. They were going to concentrate their efforts on the Summer Blues Festival. And I didn't want to see the event go away. So I started an LLC and didn't want to steal their name. So I called it the Winter Blues Experience. And it's done quite well ever since.
And by the way, Peter has his dog with him. Can we see the dog, Peter?
That's Ellie Mae.
There we go. Who is that?
Ellie Mae.
Ellie Mae. Well, Ellie Mae appears to be very happy to be in your lap today and joining us here. Steve, thank you for the comments. Kenny Patterson in the house. He's going to be doing production, I know, I believe. At least he has in years past. Looking forward to that so much. And Peter, so you had this idea, and you brought in not only local acts, but national acts to this stage. And it has grown, obviously, into a 2-ballroom event that takes place that is, how do we say it, like a 3-ring circus kind of sometimes. I mean, there's so much going on at this thing.
It is a lot going on, but it goes pretty smoothly, Scott. We have 10 acts this year. The music starts at 5. The acts are staggered by 15 to 30 minutes. So, you get to watch, you move around. It's a fluid crowd. Few people hunker down in one seat and stay there all night. The ballrooms are big. There's over 550 seats in each ballroom. The 2 headliners do not play against each other. I should say co-headliners. Nikki Hill finishes about 10:30, and Annika Chambers and Paul Delorier start up, I believe, at 10:15 to 11:30. So you're not going to miss either of the 2 co-headliners, and everybody else, you just got to kind of pick and choose where you want to go and who you want to watch and listen to.
Perfect. Hey, I've got some other guests who popped into the green room here, so let's bring them in, and I'll let you introduce them, Peter, okay, since we didn't get a chance to talk prior to the show. Let me see. We're going to 5 squares here. Let's see what happens. There we are. Hi, you guys. Can you hear us?
Yep. Hi. Good afternoon or good morning.
Hello, Annika and Paul. Welcome to the show, and thank you for helping us get the word out and promote this.
Thank you. We're excited to come to the cold.
It's actually warming up. It was in the 20s today.
Oh, great.
Yeah, right. That's
We'll bring some Florida sunshine for you.
Thank you.
That'd be great. That would be good. Peter, tell me a little bit about these guests here, because they're an important part of this show on Saturday.
Well, they are co-headliners in the show, and I've always followed Annika and Paul separately, and they merged together several years back. And I'd never seen either of them live until 2 years ago at the IBC. You probably remember you played after the competition at Rum Boogie.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Well, I actually stood next to you at the bar, and joked about lighting your beard on fire to get the bartender's attention because he was not serving us. But anyhow, I knew after seeing you then, I really wanted to bring you up to this show. And so it worked out. It took me a couple of years, but we got you in.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Absolutely.
Well, welcome to the show, guys. We appreciate you being with us today. And we're here to talk about the Winter Blues Experience 7, as Peter just explained kind of the background to it.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on. Like I said, it's a 2-stage show. It alternates. What I love is the fact that you can catch every act there. You can, some of them overlap a little bit here and there, but you can go see a few minutes of one, another one. And then if you find one that you really like, you can just hang out for that time in the ballroom and enjoy it. And this Manor House, first of all, Peter, is an amazing facility. They do it upright. It's classy. The food court area in the middle is so nice, and the area where you set merch up. Just a really cool place to have this blues event, Peter.
It is, Scott. It's, a little bit of a touch of class. You think of most blues places as being like juke joints, or, kind of dive bars. So it's a step up. They put on a great menu every year. They adjust it year to year, depending on how things sold the year before. 4 bars, free parking. It's all on one level, easily to navigate. A great atrium area where you get food, and we have the merchandise set up. So it flows nicely.
Perfect. Yeah.
I wanted to say too, there's 2 big dance floors. We bring the Cincinnati blues dance people in. They liven things up a bit, and there's over 550 seats in each ballroom.
Can I just say the dancers are a show in themselves?
Yes,
they really are. They put on a great show, and people sit and watch them as much as they watch the music. I mean, it's just really cool to see the whole thing come together like that. Let me kick it over to Lexi for a minute, and I'll get down to you, Ed, and Chambers here in just a moment. Lexi, we've had you on the show before when you did The Women from Beale Street with Gina McCann, our great friend. And you have a very cool story, I think, about you getting into this biz and all the things that you do. So can you tell a little bit about that?
Yeah. I really started loving blues when I was a teenager. So I have what I call them, like my chosen adopted parents. When I was 15, I had these semi-famous musician parents, and I always knew that I loved to sing, but I really didn't know, where to go. And, my adopted daddy, he drummed for Reba McEntire, and my adopted mom, was on the Grand Ole Opry, and they're big country music folks, but they did shows, out in Vegas, in the casinos and stuff. And they did a version of Steamroller together. And that's kind of when I first heard the blues, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? And that's the sound that I knew like I wanted to do. And then when I moved back from Vegas to Michigan for school, I was studying one day, and I saw this girl on the side that popped up just like, in suggestive videos. And she was in a cheetah dress, and I was like, oh, I wear cheetah dresses. So I clicked on it, and it was Genevieve Magnus. And I fell in love with her. So like she became my like idol, everything. I listened to everything that she did. And followed her. And then after that, some more suggestive videos came up, and I saw Danielle Nicole, and it kind of just like formed, what I wanted to do. And for years in Michigan, I did the cover band thing. My husband and we have a cover band. I never really found the right musicians to, bring my originals to life until a few years ago. We moved out to Jackson, Michigan. And I was kind of brave enough to say, okay, let me do this. And I found the right guys, and they brought all my originals to life. And we kind of took off from there. We did the first blues competition in Lansing, and we won. We got to go to Memphis and kind of opened up my whole world. And that's kind of what happened.
Yeah, that's
so
kinda
2023
cool.
is really like when I popped my, my blues career off. So yeah, it's been great since.
And coming from that history of country music too. So, I mean, it's not a bad segue there to step into the blues world and do your thing. And I have not seen you perform in person, but I've seen the videos, and you just kill it. I mean, it's going to be a great part of the show to have you there this year. And you're going to get to reunite a little bit with Gina and all that, which will be fun because she'll be there. One of the sweetest people we know, and she's got a great voice as well. Peter, you've got a wonderful lineup, which we'll cover here in a minute in detail. But let's kick it down there to the bottom square on the other side to our co-headliners and find out what the crowd can expect to see from you guys at the show.
Is that us? Yeah.
That's you.
Okay. My coffee's hitting me. First I want to say the pronunciation of my name is Anika, and so that we have that out the way. What are you gonna see? Oh man, we're like we tell people that it's like coming into our living room. We just play music and we're gonna have a good time. I'm excited to see the dancers. We have a blend of blues, soul, and rock and roll. You know, I married a blues rocker. He married kind of this gospel uptown blues kind of girl, and so we just blend the two. We got a new record out called Our Time to Ride on 40 Below Records, and we're just ready to come play it for you.
I'm looking forward to it. I know it's going to be a great show. And so I'll say it right. Anika, right? Did I say
Yes,
that right? Anika.
Thank you.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's one of the greatest mustaches. I worked in the fire department for years, and we took
mine
pride
or
in-
hers.
Hey, Joe.
Here we
So-
go. But I love the mustache, man. It's wonderful.
I just
guys
turned
look
40,
good.
so I have that one hair that's growing. You know, like what's happening?
Y'all look like you're going to be a lot of fun. And,
Oh, I hope you're
I've
ready.
gone to the Big Blues Bender many years, and so I my real name's Alexandria. My stage name's Lexi Blue, but I met you years ago at the Big Blues Bender. Remember when we were hanging out with Kathleen?
Okay, yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah.
Kathleen's my girl up here in Michigan, and I think she got up and did a couple of those open jams and stuff.
Yeah, we had a good laugh.
The first time
Yeah,
I
we did.
got to see Paul live was also at the Big Blues Bender, I think in 2018. So
Could have been, yeah.
Yeah,
2017.
2017. Yeah, because I was there.
Is that when I had the boot on?
Scott, I'm actually not hearing anybody. I haven't heard Anna and Paul at all, and you're deaf right now to me. So you know.
Okay. Well, we're sorry. We're having some technical issues with Ed today, and I don't know what the connection problem is, but we'll figure it out here if we
Oh,
can.
I could hear you now, Scott.
Yeah. I was saying, I think my first blues bender was 2017.
Nope.
I was
no
asking,
longer.
was it when I had the boot on then?
I guess I'll just sit here and be pretty. Wow.
Well, Peter, talk about Ed's involvement, will you, real quick? Because that's what I was going to ask you.
Ed is very instrumental to me. I bounce a lot of my crazy ideas off him. I bring up the people that I want to book and get his opinion on it. Ed, you know, is a great photographer. He keeps the event alive weeks after it's over and weeks before it starts. He's well connected with the music community here in Cincinnati, and he's my very good friend. So I'm glad and proud to have him help me out with this.
Yeah.
Oh,
One of
and
the things also Peter and I do
Oh, you can hear it now. All right.
is we actually typically go down to the International Blues Challenge every year in Memphis. And this is where we find a lot of the talent, just like Peter ran into Paul, at Rum Boogie and got to see them live. Actually, the very first person I've ever talked to at an IBC happened to be Paul DeLaurier, who grabbed me outside of Rum Boogie as well, introduced himself. And when I heard that accent, because I'm half French Canadian, a big smile came to my face, and I absolutely loved it. Likewise, the same a couple years back when we were, Peter and I were sitting at the Women in Blues Showcase, we heard this lady start to sing. Her name was Lexi Blue. Within 10 seconds, we just glanced at each other and said, yes, we got to get her for the Winter Blues Experience. And we're delighted that we have.
I'm happy to come. Thank you.
That's awesome. And I've heard that from a lot of people, Lexi, that say the minute they hear your voice, they're like, I like this young lady. She's doing a great job. And that sounds really good. And I'm going to say something about Ed, too. Peter, you hit on it a little bit. Ed's photographs. We live through his photographs on many, many events here locally. But I will say that Ed brings a flair because he draws a crowd that may not necessarily be a real blues crowd. people that follow his page, a lot of rockers and all that. And you look around the room and you see all these people showing up at this event, and it's really heartwarming to see them looking at other genres, and because they're loopholed into that rock and roll playing every night out in the clubs, and it's nice to see them take a little break and come hear some great blues music, and that's what we're going to hear on Saturday. So let's get to the meat and potatoes of this thing a little bit. And Ed or Peter, either one who wants to take it. Ed, can you hear me now? Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can.
All right. Let's chat about the lineup for this event going on Saturday. We know the doors are at 4:30, first act's at 5 o'clock, and it goes to about 11:30, folks. So, Peter, you want to take it, or Ed?
Peter, run with it.
The two ballrooms, Scott is normal, starting at 5. We got a local act, Tootsie Sugars, blues, Americana. Ricky Veneman's been playing guitar around here 20 some odd years. I really like his playing. I like his songwriting and singing, so I got him in. We got the Mojo Blues Cats, Tom Richardson, some hot Chicago blues, Tempted Souls Band, R&B standards, nice band, great dancing music. Noah Weatherspoon, he's going to be with the Just Strange Brother Horns. Noah, again, a connection to the IBC, came in second in 2017 with his band. He was a Gibson Guitar Award winner that year, too. And finishing up in that ballroom is Nikki Hill, and she will have Laura Chavez with her. And Nikki is just high energy, rock and roll, blues. I don't know what you would put her under, but very entertaining, very energetic and lively. The other ballroom, we got Mr. Man and the Mojo Band, Bob Herman. They've been a staple here in Cincinnati for 20, 30 years in one form or another. J. Jesse Johnson Band. Jay's from Indiana, but he's played all over Cincinnati and the East Coast. He's probably been at it close to 50 years now. One of my favorite guitarists, great songwriter, umpteen albums out there. Gina and Johnny Band. I don't think I have to say a lot to this crowd about Gina and Johnny Band. Lexi Blue, who's coming down from Michigan outside of Detroit. And Anika and Paul will be the headliners finishing the show out in the Manor Ballroom. Again, I don't know how to describe your music, you guys, but I get like a Memphis soul rock vibe from you two together. And I really like it.
We met in Memphis, so
yeah.
It's kind of like we've mixed. I feel like we've mixed like our love and our influences in music together.
We each had our own careers pre-pandemic, and we obviously spent 24/7 together for months.
First year of marriage.
First year, lockdown. So that's where we decided, hey, let's merge our careers and try and figure out what our sound is going to be together.
Yeah.
And I think that so far we've had a lot of fun with it. And I think the folks are going to enjoy it.
And very successful. And, just to tap on Nikki Hill, too, when we were at the IBCs 3 weeks ago, I actually got to get out and see her and her husband, Matt, who plays in the band, do a duo thing around town. I ran out to see him at Murphy's. Sweetest little angel,
Yeah.
Very nice person. And I'm very excited to see everybody this weekend.
Yeah, they're great. We love Matt and Nikki. And we were supposed to be at the IBCs a few weeks ago, but someone had a bowel obstruction. So we had to get that sorted out. Had to get things moving.
That's never fun.
No.
Well, Anika and Paul, I think it's going to be a wonderful show from you. Lexi, you just blow me away, the videos I've watched. Now I'm going to have to go see Anika and Paul on the
Anika.
Why do we all keep screwing it up?
We'll get it. It's all good.
Anika, Scott is also our MC, so he'll have it right by Saturday night.
Okay. We'll have a talk beforehand. Don't worry.
If I say it wrong on Saturday, I'm afraid of her a little bit. I
was in the army.
I know what you mean.
Paul, should I be scared? That's what I want to know.
I'm like so Southern Belle, as they say. I'm very non-diva, I guess. Yeah, I would say that. So
when I met Anika for the first time, she has that loving, warm. I mean, you were just so sweet. So she's not a diva at all. She was like, I was like, Anika, I love you. I love your music. She's like, you know, I was like one of those fans before I came, you know.
I think it's beautiful. I always tell people when I first came on the scene and I had like older women like giving me the scoop on how to behave and all that. And I'm like, the things that they were telling me, I was like, this is not my personality. So I can't, I just know how to be me. And I think we should all just be nice and kind, and know that I put my pants on, or whatever you put on, we put it on the same. So we're gonna have a good time. Uncomplicated, just good old fun and music and love.
Say your name again.
Anika.
Okay.
But if you by chance forget, just say Nika. If you can't remember anything else, just say, welcome, Nika.
Couldn't you have done something simpler for me, like Judy or something like that?
2 syllables.
Pick it up to Lexi again. Lexi, style on stage, what I've seen in the videos, you've got a lot of energy. Even with blues music, sometimes people I think they get the wrong idea that it's all this old laid back, you know, we're pouring our soul out because we're hurting inside and all that. And it's not. There's so much energy to it and so much guitar work and all that. So Lexi, I want to really hit a little more on what they're going to expect from you when they see you.
Yeah. So, well, good news. I'm going to put this out there. We just dropped our latest album. It's called Too Glam to Give a Damn. So they're going to hear a lot of songs out of that album. I wrote this album and that song because the 2 years ago when we won the Lansing Blues Fest, there was a lady, and we all have haters and trolls that did not want me to win. And she went on Facebook and bashed me and social media, all that stuff. So I blocked her, everything. But one of her comments were, if you would have went to Grand Rapids, you would have never won. So the following year, we could have went to Kalamazoo, which was way closer to us. But we drove 2.5 hours to Grand Rapids and we won. So I wrote that song, Too Glam to Give a Damn, and it kind of like inspired me for this album. I put a lot of sass into this album. I had a lot of feelings that I wanted to get out around, you know, the music industry and the judgment and all of that. So a lot of that went into this album. I'm really, really proud of this album, and my guys did a phenomenal job. So they will hear a lot of songs from that album at this show. And then I actually am bringing 2 new songs that I just wrote within the last month. I'm one of those singer-songwriters that write constantly, and I can't turn it off. And I'm really excited to perform them. And so we're going to be doing 2 brand new songs that we just wrote within the last month as well.
Congratulations.
Too Glam to Give a Damn. I like that name.
I love it. We're going to bring the sass. So
That's the way to
we
channel
bring
power
it,
haters into a positive outcome and result.
Yes.
Yeah.
And get out of Lexi's way because she's coming to the stage, man. That's what it sounds like. It's going to be so much fun. So much fun. Peter, a few details about tickets, man. Let's talk about tickets. There are advanced tickets available, correct?
winterbluesexperience.com. Scott, you can get tickets for $35. Night of the show, you can get them at me and her house. They're $40, cash, credit card, Venmo, whatever. If you do go to winterbluesexperience.com, artist lineups and bios of the air. There's the Manor House menu, past Winter Blues Experience, history of it. Everything's right there, winterbluesexperience.com. And they're will call tickets. So it's not like you have to print anything or get anything. You just show up, you're on the will call list. We wristband you and you're in.
Yeah, it's quick. It is. People, I've seen that line come in right at 4:30, and it happens fast. So, people get in fast. You're not going to wait outside in the cold in a line or any of that for this event. And it's big. Manor House is a huge place. So get there early. And there are so many seats. How many? 500 seats in each ballroom? Is that what it is?
550 in each. There's probably 100 tables in each. So, like I said, nobody really sits in one spot. It's a pretty fluid crowd with people moving around until the end of the night. Then they settle down.
And some of the unsung heroes of this event, obviously, you have a lot of people helping you. There's people out at the merch area and those kind of things, but it's the production team that puts this on in the 2 rooms and just does a fantastic job of production.
Kenny Patterson and Tony, They do an incredible job with the sound and lighting. They start setting it up Saturday morning. We usually have everything ready to roll by about 1, 2 o'clock for sound checks. And those guys put in a heck of a long day. That they're, long after everybody else is going home, they're still there packing out. But they have great sound. Kenny Patterson, I can't say enough about him.
Oh, it's super guy to work with too, and all that. I love doing events like this where I get to MC and I work with a team that they're just laid back. They go with the flow. There's no excitement to it. They know what they're doing, and nothing rattles those guys either. If they have a problem, it's fixed, it's done. And there's a lot of moving parts to this with this many acts. I mean, you got a ton of acts coming in, a lot of equipment rolling in and out, all that stuff happening all day long. So sound checks go early in the morning, don't they?
Let early to late afternoon, yes. And there are a lot of moving parts, but surprisingly, Scott, every year, knock on wood, things go smoothly. Never had any kind of issues. We're usually right on time. There's a 15-minute break between acts. We never seem to run too late, even though we have a cushion at the end of the night. So, if people haven't heard of this before and you're just watching this today on Haul Around Town, give the website a look. You won't be disappointed, and please come on out.
Yeah, the website's got a ton of information on it about the event as well. And Ed, everybody's commenting here about how they're digging your slideshow in the background.
Well, good. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. And
Really
that's
cool.
just a small sampling of what it is. And like you said, it's a beautiful environment, wonderful place for photos. And as you talked about the production team, I will say the sound quality of the room as well as, the production is just impeccable. One of the things, when I was the president of the Blues Society, we had our Winter Blues Fest and it was being held at the Phoenix, which was a gorgeous place. But all evening, I was basically talking to patrons and apologizing and hearing complaints on how bad the sound quality was. When we've moved to the Manor House, I get nothing but praise all evening. So, hats off to Kenny and Tony, Peter, and the whole production team, as well as the volunteers to keep this a beautifully smooth running event.
Absolutely. And Paul, I've got one
Yes.
question for you before we head out of here today. My question for you is, why the blues? Why do you do blues music? Yeah.
I started, I'm from Canada, obviously. And I grew up at a time when you would hear everything on the radio. Things weren't so compartmentalized. And we would, I got to hear a lot of blues rock and a lot of when I started playing guitar electric about the age of 13 or something, I started hearing a lot of this music. And then the stuff that would stick with me was everything that was sort of blues based. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was like, I like that. More of that. And then where did it come from? Oh, this Stephen King, that's Albert King, that's et cetera, et cetera. And I started with the blues rock guitar players and then moved back in time to where they got their influences, to Chicago and all those players, Freddie King, Albert King, and all that as well. And all the way back to Delta Blues, and I've just been immersed in it for years now, but I've never pretended to be, like a straight blues man, but it always informs the music that I make,
All right, Nikki. Can I say Nikki?
Nika.
Nikki. I'm doing this on purpose,
Oh, it's gonna be great. We're gonna have a good time. I'm so excited.
When I meet you on Saturday, that's the first word I want you to say is how you say your name again for me. So you said gospel background, right?
Okay, so my story to the blues. I grew up Southern Baptist. My mom was a teenage parent, so my grandparents raised me, and my granny had me in the church like every night of the week, pretty much. I had to go to school, go to church 4 times a week. So I was in the choir, and let's say around the age of 15, I got my first solo, and I sucked. So I didn't get a solo again. And the next time the church heard me sing was when I was in the Army. And so when our first deployment was to Kosovo, and we had a gospel choir on base, and we entered this competition, and we sang. I wanted to sing like a Sister Act version of Precious Lord. We end up winning the competition. And I also should mention that my granny didn't allow secular music in the house. I only knew really gospel music really well. But after we won the competition, this guitar player comes up to me and he says, "Hey, I want to, do you know about the blues? I want to teach you about the blues." And I said no. And so we got together and we started playing blues. And then there was another talent competition. And so he said, let's do the song. So my first blues song I ever sang was Bonnie Raitt's "Love Me Like a Man." And so I was around 20 at the time. And after that, I was just like, I just immersed myself. I felt like I was just like catching up. Like, where has this been all my life, And so from then on, I said, this is what I wanted to do. Still stayed in the Army, still sang. When we got back from the deployment, I had a band and we, made a little record, but it wasn't blues. It was just whatever we felt like playing. And then I went to Iraq, and in Iraq was where I started to say, you know what? I think I'm really meant to sing. And I told my colonel, I said, I'm coming up for a re-enlistment, and I think I want to get out and do my music. And he said, there's anybody that can do it, Sergeant Chambers, you can. And so that was February 2011. I got out. I started going to school. I got 2 degrees. And at the same time, I was doing my music. So I said, God, whatever it is, if it's music or if it's me going to be the next Oprah, then sure, I'm going to just follow, where I'm led. And sure enough, the music took off. I put out my first record, for real, which was Making My Mark. And we came out the gate with a fresh Blues Music Award nomination. And it's just been up ever since.
Amazing. And the backstories are what I love here. Lexi, yours, I mean, everybody's got a story that plays blues music about why they got involved and why they're a part of it. And this show is unique because I do a lot of events like this and use my voice to introduce people and those kind of things. But I also know that this one's very special because it not only brings great musicians to the stage, and a lot of them, but it brings soulfulness and it brings stories to the stage. And it's something that it kind of touches your heart. And I stand there, fanboying on all you guys as you're playing. And, it's kind of like, wow, this hits you right in the gut sometimes. So thank you for what you both do, you guys. And Ed and Peter, you couldn't be a better team together. You're wonderful.
Can I say something to Peter?
Yes.
And Ed, I just want to highlight, especially being Black History Month, I want to tell you thank you for having Black women as the co-headliners. It is like a big deal to me to preserve Black women in this genre. And so to have us headlining together, I just want to tell you thank you, because not many promoters see that and understand that. But during Black History Month, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. These guys put a lot of time into this. I know Peter does with the playlist basically of who he has come in. Peter puts a lot of thought and effort into let's, blend this the right way. And our local favorites will be there. I mean, my goodness, you put Gina and Johnny on the stage, you're going to have a good crowd for them. They love those two and their band. But you guys kind of put a lot of thought and deep thinking time into this to put this lineup together. And it's a wonderful lineup. And thank you for that, Peter.
You are welcome, Scott. Anika, Lexi, Paul, Ed, Scott, thank you for joining us today. I'll see you all on Saturday, and I really appreciate you helping us promote this.
See you Saturday. See you, Lexi.
See you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you all. And I guess the rest of them just bailed on us, but that was an abrupt ending. Thank you, Peter, for segueing out of the show. And we will.
I didn't know if you were running late there. I was looking at the time, so I thought maybe you needed a bailout. I wasn't sure.
We're doing all right. But to you two guys, thank you both for your friendship. Thank you for trusting in me to MC this event, because we're going to have a great time on Saturday. It's just going to be wonderful.
It will be fantastic.
I'm looking so forward to it. Run by one more time for those that might be late to the party here. 4:30 doors, 5 o'clock first act on the stage, going to 11:30. And Manor House is a beautiful facility. If you've never been there, you'll be so comfortable. Some of the cleanest restrooms in a building I've been in that has that many people in it, and it's just a wonderful job their staff does as well to make sure the bars are in each ballroom and you can have adult beverages, food, great stuff. Anything else you want to add, Ed?
No, that's it. Just come and enjoy yourself. Get there early, stay there late, and have a great time.
Absolutely. Peter, how about you? Anything to close the show?
Same thing as Ed said, winterbluesexperience.com. All the information is there. If you're interested in staying the weekend, we partner with the Marriott, which is a mile away. They have a discount rate for rooms. So everything's right there, winterbluesexperience.com. Again, I thank you guys for helping out with this.
And Peter and Ed, thank you for being my guests today, guys. And thank you for watching Wednesday with the Band here, our noon edition. I'll be back with you tomorrow live at 5 with Who's Playing Out in the Tri-State, the best musicians and venues in the Tri-State, including this event that'll be on our list. So join me for that live at 5 tomorrow. Until then, get out and support live local music and the bands and venues that bring it to you, everybody. Thanks for watching. We're out of here for today. Bye-bye. Thank you, guys. Just remember, the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors.
Looking for the weekend, then I wanna see a show. I flip on